During a high-stakes White House state dinner with leaders from Japan and Germany, President Trump demanded a controversial dish be included on the menu to showcase American excellence. But the head chef, Marcus Elwood, refused, sparking a fiery confrontation. After finishing a meeting with his team, Trump reviewed the dinner preparations when an aide nervously informed him, "Sir, there's an issue with the menu. The head chef is refusing to include the foie gras you requested." Trump, stunned and furious, snapped, "Refusing? I'm the President of the United States and I'm hosting world leaders. Get me to the kitchen now." Storming into the kitchen, he shouted, "Marcus Elwood, where's Marcus? I need to speak to the head chef right now." A tall man in a chef's uniform calmly stepped forward and said, "That's me, Mr. President. How can I help you?" "I help you," Trump snapped, pointing directly at Marcus. "I told your team I wanted foie gras on the menu tonight, the best foie gras, to impress these dignitaries. They love that stuff, believe me. So why are you refusing to make it?" The kitchen fell silent, chefs pausing their work as tension filled the air. A young line cook named Terrence whispered, "This isn't good." Marcus stood firm, his voice calm but resolute. "Mr. President, I refused because I have ethical concerns about foie gras. It's made by force-feeding ducks and geese, which I believe is cruel. I won't serve it. Not even for a state dinner." Trump let out a short, disbelieving laugh, throwing his hands in the air. "Ethical concerns? Marcus, this isn't a debate club, it's a diplomatic dinner. We're talking about world leaders here. You don't get to play food police when I'm trying to make America look great." But Marcus didn't waver. "I understand the importance of the dinner, sir, but I have principles," Marcus said firmly. "I've built my career on sustainable, ethical cooking, and serving foie gras goes against everything I stand for." Trump crossed his arms, his voice rising. "Principles? You're a chef, not a politician. Your job is to cook what I tell. You not lecture me on what's right or wrong. I've had foie gras at the best places, Marcus, the best, and now you're telling me I can't have it at my own dinner?" Marcus remained calm. "I'm not lecturing you, sir. I'm standing by my values. There are plenty of other dishes on the menu that will impress your guests, dishes that don't involve animal cruelty." Trump scoffed, pointing again. "You think you know better than me? I've been to more state dinners than you've cooked meals. I know what works, and foie gras works. You're making me look bad in front of these leaders." The kitchen staff stood frozen, some exchanging anxious glances. Terrence whispered, "Marcus isn't backing down. I've never seen him like this." Marcus stepped closer, his tone respectful but unwavering. "Mr. President, I'm not trying to make you look bad. I suggested alternatives. Seared scallops, a Wagyu beef starter, even a vegetarian option that's been a hit at other events." Marcus said, "Any of those would be a showstopper, but foie gras, I can't do it." Trump shook his head, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "Alternatives? I didn't ask for alternatives, Marcus. I asked for foie gras. You're not the one running this country, I am. When I say I want something, I expect it to happen." Marcus met his gaze, voice unwavering. "I understand your position, sir, but I have to draw the line. I've been in this industry for 20 years, and I've never compromised on what I believe is right. If that means losing my job, so be it." Trump's eyes narrowed, his tone dropping with a warning edge. "Lose your job? You're playing a dangerous game, Marcus. Let me tell you something. This is the last time you deny me. You hear me? The last time I don't take no for an answer, not in my White House." Marcus didn't flinch. "With all due respect, sir, I'm not denying you to be difficult. I'm denying you because I believe it's the right thing to do. You can fire me, but you can't force me to cook something I don't believe in." The kitchen was silent, the staff frozen, holding their breath. A sous chef named Lenora whispered to Terrence, "He's really pushing it. I can't believe he said that." Trump stared at Marcus, Trump's expression shifted, a mix of frustration and surprise. "You're serious, aren't you? You'd really rather lose your job than cook one dish?" Marcus nodded calmly. "Yes, sir. I'd rather lose my job than compromise my integrity. I've worked too hard to build a reputation I can be proud of. Trump ran a hand through his hair and paced a few steps before turning back, his voice a bit softer but still firm. You know, Marcus, most people would just do what I say. They'd not say yes, sir, and get to work. But you're different. You're stubborn, I'll give you that. Marcus responded evenly. I'm not stubborn, sir. I'm principled. There's a difference. I want this dinner to succeed just as much as you do, but I want to do it in a way I can live with. Trump paused, looking at him with a new kind of intensity. You really believe this foie gras thing is that bad? Force-feeding ducks and all that? You're not just making this up to mess with me? Marcus shook, his head, his voice sincere. No, sir, it's a documented practice. Birds are force-fed through tubes to fatten their livers. It's painful, and many of them suffer. I've seen the farms myself, Marcus said. I can't be part of that, not even for one night. Trump sighed, his tone easing, less confrontational. Okay, let's say I believe you. Let's say you're right about the ducks. What am I supposed to do now? I've got these leaders out there expecting the best meal of their lives. You want me to serve them, what, a salad? Marcus offered a faint smile, his voice steady. Not a salad, sir. The Wagyu beef starter I mentioned. It's from a sustainable farm in Montana, grass-fed, no hormones, and it melts in your mouth. It's a story you can share with your guests. Or the scallops, fresh from the Atlantic, pan-seared with a citrus glaze. Either dish will impress them. I guarantee it. Trump raised an eyebrow, skeptical. Wagyu beef, huh? You think that's better than foie gras? I've had Wagyu, Marcus, at the best places. The best. But I don't know if it's state dinner material. Marcus didn't hesitate. It's not just state dinner material, sir. It's better. It shows America can lead with sustainability and quality. Your guests will respect that. And honestly, they'll enjoy it more than foie gras. I've served it to diplomats before. They couldn't stop raving about it, Marcus said confidently. Trump crossed his arms again, his voice probing. And what if they don't like it? What if they're sitting there thinking, where's the foie gras? Then what? Marcus held his gaze, steady and firm. Then I'll take full responsibility, sir. But I've been doing this long enough to know what works. I wouldn't suggest it if I wasn't sure. Trump stared at him for a long moment, then let out a chuckle, shaking his head. You've got guts, Marcus. I'll give you that. Most people would have backed down 5 minutes ago. But you're standing here telling me what's what in my own kitchen. Marcus nodded, his tone respectful. I'm just trying to do what's right, sir. For you, for the dinner, and for myself. Trump sighed, his voice softening. All right, Marcus, here's the deal. I'm going to trust you on this one, but if these leaders don't like the Wagyu, the scallops, or whatever you're serving, I'm coming back here, and we're going to have a very different conversation. You understand? Marcus nodded, his voice steady. Understood, Mr. President, you won't be disappointed. Trump pointed at him one last time, his tone lighter now. You better be right, Marcus. I'm counting on you to make this dinner great. The best, really. Marcus smiled faintly, his voice calm. I will, sir. Trump turned to the staff with a hint of humor in his voice. All right, everyone, get back to work. Let's make this dinner a winner, okay? Don't let Marcus down. He's got a lot riding on this. The staff nodded, some smiling as they resumed their tasks. Trump gave Marcus a final nod, then walked out of the kitchen, the doors swinging shut behind him. The team quietly chatted, some clapping Marcus on the back. Terrence leaned in, his voice low. I can't believe you stood up to him like that. That was incredible. Marcus shrugged, picking up a knife to keep prepping. I just did what I had to do. If this moment got you hooked, don't forget to subscribe to Legendary Stories for more incredible moments like this one. What did you think of Marcus standing up to President Trump? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.